Kansas City's mayor says he wasn't allowed to vote this morning. Missouri's Secretary of State calls that claim a stunt. A war of words over what happened this morning at a Kansas City polling place is heating up.
Our Abby Dodge has been following this story all day. And Abby, you just spoke to Mayor Lucas when he came back to vote. What's he saying about it now?
Ellen, Mayor Lucas is sticking with the story he told on Twitter earlier this morning. He says it's an example of why Missourians need more funding and legislation when it comes to elections. We spoke with Secretary of State Jay Ashcroft this afternoon, mere minutes before Mayor Quinton went back to the polls to cast his ballot. Ashcroft says Lucas putting this on Twitter was a misstep.
And the idea that an individual in a trusted position like mayor would falsely denigrate our elections in a way that might, I think very conceivably, would have people not vote, say, well, if the mayor can't vote, they won't allow me to vote, is reprehensible. It is an attack on a fundamental part of our government, our elections, and I am amazed. I never would have thought that the mayor would stoop to such a level.
How do you respond to that?
Oh, Secretary Ashcroft, the video was recorded before I ever came in. So, I mean, respectfully, the Secretary doesn't know what he's talking about. And, that's all I have to say. I've actually never met him. I'm sure he's a perfectly nice person who absolutely has no idea what my morning was like today. And it's kind of disappointing he would say such a thing.
Lucas was at the polls before work using a utility bill as a form of ID. The election board says the poll worker couldn't find his name in the system because of user error. The worker transposed his first and last name. When given the opportunity to cast a provisional ballot, the mayor opted to come back later.
He knew there wasn't a problem. He didn't want his, quote, problem to be taken care of. He wanted to go on social media and mislead people about our election systems. I can't think of any other reason for him to do that, and that's disgraceful.
So why did you decide to put the narrative of your morning on Twitter instead of calling the election board?
Okay, let me talk to you. I share everything on Twitter. I've shared my cell phone number on Twitter lately. I've done all types of things in connection with it. So I like to let the public know what I'm up to throughout the day. You'll see pictures of sunsets from my apartment balcony. It's just a thing I do. And I think, frankly, it's good because it gave you a story to talk about today. Are we good? Thank you. All right, thank you. Mayor Lucas made a point of saying if Secretary Ashcroft wants to give him a call, his phone number is out there. It's on Twitter, and we know that, and that he's open to talking about local and statewide elections.
Wow, Abby. Yeah, I mean, unbelievable. He could have cast a provisional ballot. That is an option for any voter anytime they go to a polling place. Okay, so the mayor's tweets have drawn national attention from the New York Times and a lot of other people. I'm assuming he would realize the kind of response that he would get with that, right?
Yeah, Ellen, there's no doubt in my mind that he knew what he was doing, and he's still tweeting. I saw something just maybe 30 minutes ago on his Twitter, and I was talking to someone who's a director at the Kansas City Election Board, and she reiterated the same thing I'm saying right now. He knew what he was doing. He's a smart guy, so this was a move on his part, for sure.
Abby reporting live. Boy, certainly no love lost between the mayor and the Secretary of State. Abby Dodge, thank you.